What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your guy, JD. Hope all is well. Love and light, guys. Happy Saturday. Normally, guys, I know y'all are expecting my lives to happen in the afternoon, usually between 12 and 1 o'clock. But this is my first evening live. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy this live. I got a special guest coming on talking about Dominican Republic, the do's, the don'ts, and any questions you guys might have. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on my guest. Let me just see here. You bring on Troy now. Let me see. Let me see. Wait, hold on. Guest. Let me see. Add to. Troy, you there? You there, brother?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. Let me just turn up my volume a little bit.
I don't think.
There
Okay,
we
there we
go.
go. There we go.
All right. All right. All right. Welcome
So,
to the show, brother. Welcome to the show.
thanks for having me on, man. I have to apologize to your viewers, man. This is all my fault. We was gonna do it by the car, but Jay was like, "Nah, I know,
Nah, yeah, cause I need
I
I
know how
need
to, I know how the phone is down there.
yeah,
We're
it's
not even
choppy
gonna do it.
choppy. Yeah. Yeah, you be in one area and then it's choppy, you be in another area, it's
Yeah,
choppy. So
yo, you. I appreciate that because you being professional. You want your viewers to have a good live stream, and I can appreciate that, man. And
yeah, and just to get and be, I want to be able to get your undivided attention when I'm
right,
with you
right,
guys.
man.
You know what I
I was
mean?
traveling. We've been trying to do this for like a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah.
Like I have a channel also. It's tapped in
Hmm.
with Troy. And my viewers, I know they be mad at me, but like I told my man, my big bro Rico, I was like, man, I be like life and like I be really moving around. I don't just I hate to sit still, but when I'm sitting still, I'm in the house and I like my private time. But
Hmm.
like lately I've been just like moving about the island, man, and because I'm normally a loner, but now
Uh-huh.
I have a partner that moved down here from Atlanta, and when you got a road dog out here, man, that's when the island really opens up because you got somebody to travel with you and have your back in case something. So I've been doing a lot of traveling around the island, man. It's so beautiful, man. There's so many different places. I'm in an Airbnb right now, man, on a different part of the island.
That's
So
what's up, man.
yeah,
That's what's
man.
up. Well, this is why I wanted to have you on.
Hmm.
To pretty much get your perspective on things. I know you've invested in Dominican Republic,
Yes.
and now that you're living there full time,
Mhm.
there's a few things I like to ask, and any questions that the viewers might ask that might want to ask, I should say. So before I get started, I just introduce yourself. I know you did mention you had a YouTube channel. So introduce yourself to the viewers, let them know about your channel and pretty much how they can find you.
All right, I'm Troy King. My channel is Tapped In with Troy. You can find me there. You can look me up on YouTube. I also have Instagram, Tapped In with Troy. I've been living here since 2001, 2021. I'm sorry, 2021.
Hmm.
I bought my villa in 2020. When I was young, before the YouTube, I'm a big YouTube person as far as like learning how to do stuff and looking about history. But I was reading in one of my finances classes when I was in college that a lot of millionaires are made during a crisis. So
Hmm.
when COVID jumped off, I had a couple of dollars and I was like, yo, now is the time to invest, whether it was going to be in the stock market or whether it was going to be in real estate. So
Hmm.
I came down here in 2018 for a bachelor party. My boy, one of my old heads was already out here in 2016. He was like, listen, you're traveling all over the world. You haven't been to DR yet. I'm like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. And then when it was an opportunity for a bachelor party, I was the best man, and I asked my man that was getting married. I was like, "Yo, do you want to go 60 miles an hour, or do you want to go 100 miles an hour?" He was like, "I want to go 100 miles an hour," because he'd already been married before. He said, "This is it. I'm going to go 100." I said, "We need to go to DR." So we got the wedding party together, and we all came down, man. And my I was married young, early, and my ex-wife was from Honduras, so I can read Spanish, speak Spanish.
Mm.
I saw these for sale signs on all the villas because it's easy to get misguided when you get out here. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah, for
saying?
sure, for
So
sure.
I'm looking
Especially if you don't
around.
have the right connections. But yeah.
Right, right. So I'm looking around and I'm like, damn. I'm like, man, you know what? Let me call these numbers up and see how much these villas are. Now the villa we were staying in was a 6 bedroom with a 2 bedroom pool house. It was a nice villa. And I
Hmm.
called and got the numbers on how much these other villas that was near around them for sale. And I was like, that can't be right. Like I called, I checked twice. I'm like, that's all you want for this? So it was 8 of us. I'm like, listen, let's all go in and get the I said it only costs us like 20 bands a piece. If we all go in, we can have our own villa like this. Everybody was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it went from 8 to 6 to 4. And then it was me and my man that was getting married. And he was like, though, I cannot explain to my wife we're buying a villa in the DR. So I was like, all right, no problem. It's going to take me longer. It took me
Hmm.
2 years. So I'm going to scratch this money up myself. And I mean, me and you would we talk. I don't know if your viewers know, but you doing everything, you know what I'm saying, off the muscle, and you
Right.
grind, you're grind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went into that same mode. Like
Uh-huh.
I just put my foot to I put my pedal to the metal. Anybody
Uh-huh.
that owed me money,
Uh-huh.
my man say on paid in full, Mitch. Anybody that owed me money, I was running down on everybody, and like I lost some
Uh-huh.
friendships. I was in people's mom's house getting my money because I was like, yo, I gotta go. When you gotta go, and
Hmm.
cause I was like, yo, I don't know how long this property is gonna be this cheap. You know what I mean? So I was
Right.
like, I was really interested in grinding and getting my money. So I got my money together. 2 years.
Hmm.
2020 came. We was in a crisis, and that light bulb went off in my head. It was like in a crisis, millionaires are made.
Yeah.
So I purchased. I don't mind telling people. I purchased my villa for $100,000 because it was
Nice.
COVID, and it was,
Nice.
and
Nice.
I got it for $65,000 off because
Wow.
voters didn't know when their next dollar was coming from. And to
It,
this
you know,
day, yeah, yeah,
and one thing that I admire about you, because we did talk off, off
right,
camera, and you told me your story, and I was like, wow, because we both are the same age. We're both
yeah,
in our we're both in our 40s,
right.
and to see someone in my same age bracket doing the same thing, man,
Yeah,
is very inspiring and encouraging. And
yeah.
these kind of stories is what
Mhm.
helps motivate others. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your
To
channel,
put you,
yeah, your channel should do that. Like I've been
you,
watching you. I told you I've been watching your shit, and you you know we talk. So I
uh-huh.
was like, yo, I've been peeped. I was like, man, this dude is doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
I peeped.
sometimes I feel like, damn, is this all in vain or what? Until
Oh,
you told me, and then I had another viewer of mine reached out to me, and he said, Jay, I just want to thank you. I appreciate all the information, and it really encouraged me. And now he's about to go out to Santiago and buy him some property. You know what I mean? And I'm
yeah.
like, wow, yeah, yeah.
Wait,
He's go ahead.
no, I always wait till you. I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb, but wait till you get that morning coffee with that view you got. You walk out on that terrace for the first time, you're gonna be like, that's
Yeah,
when it's
I,
gonna
I
hit you.
did it. Yeah. And because, bro, I mean, see, the difference between you and I is that, you bought your house already built.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So let me ask you a question, bro. Like, how was that process for you? Going through the whole,
It was.
did you initially want to build from the ground up, or you was just like, you know
I,
what?
I didn't want to build from the ground up because, like I said, my ex-wife is from Honduras, so I've been to South America, and I know how the culture is and how they can get with the money. So unless I was going to be there every day,
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to build. And I wanted to get a new construction though. I wanted to get
Mm-hmm.
something that was already built, but nobody had been in. So this
Mm-hmm.
villa was it had just been built, wasn't even done yet. They was finishing it up when I bought it, and they actually needed my bread to finish it, to finish the other
Okay.
ones too, because it's actually four that look like mine in my neighborhood. And
Mm-hmm.
it was stressful, man. I had to like, I scratched up the money, and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with everybody. I was able to, come up with like 75,000. And
Mm.
when I came down here, um, the lady was like, the house was 100 and they wanted 165. I was like, I'm not giving you that. I said, I got 100,000 cash. I only had
Mm.
75 cash. So I got 100,000 cash. What y'all trying to do? I'm talking real heavy.
Uh-huh.
And they blew me off. Went to see some other houses. Then she saw I wasn't interested in the other houses. And she went up, my realtor was Russian. She went out in the
Uh-huh.
hallway. She made a call and she was like, yo, you really got $100,000? I was like, yeah, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, he'll do it for 100,000. I was like,
Uh-huh.
if
Uh-huh.
we get in the Tahoe, it was her, my other man Felipe. Me and him became friends. It was my other realtor. And I'm sitting
Uh-huh.
in the Tahoe. I was like, yo, turn the radio down, pull over real quick. I'm in the back, they in the front. I said,
Mm-hmm.
this is my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not don't please don't be playing. They started laughing because these two they deal with $1 million houses and they like, nigga, this a
This
hundred
is small.
thousand.
This is chunk change
This
in
is chump
comparison to
change.
what we do.
You trying to threaten us over? You threaten us over $100,000.
Yeah.
But, but we still laugh to this day. I was dead serious. I'm like, man, y'all play with my money, it's gonna be a problem, man. This is my stash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your hard earnings. But
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, and you can continue. But I just wanted to say this before I forget. You know, your example is a prime example as to why I tell my viewers previously. Everything is negotiable in Dominican Republic. Everything is negotiable.
Cash is
That
king too.
situation is a prime example because here it is. They wanted 165,000 for the
Right.
property, right? And you managed to get it for 100K.
Yeah.
And I tell my viewers all the time, when it comes to the real estate market in Dominican Republic, it's a unregulated market, which can work in your favor if you know how to,
Right.
maneuver. You know what I mean? That it could really work in your favor, and in your case, it did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you said you were looking at other properties. When she saw that you weren't interested, they didn't want to lose that. They didn't want to
No.
lose
No.
that deal.
Right.
So they decided to go ahead and offer it to you for 100,000. So there you guys go. What I said is this is proof.
Cash
This
is
is
king too. Cash is king.
cash is exactly. You have the money on the hand, and you want something more than likely you're gonna get it.
You're
Okay,
gonna yeah.
you're gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Um.
that's DR for you.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I just wanna say make some shout outs to a few people that's in the live. Shout out to Magulian, shout out to Rick James. Rick says Troy,
Rick's,
he be bull he said you be bullshitting. Rick said you be bullshitting, Troy.
Rick's my man. Rick, no man. I started the live off saying I apologize to my viewers, man. Rick, no man. Rick, look, I even said Rick when you come down, we go here. Rick was like, I ain't hanging with no ninjas when I come down here. I'm trying.
And it's funny because I Rick James started following me from Coach yeah, I he
yeah,
started following me from Coach, yeah. So that's how, and
solid brother,
he's been supporting me ever since, man. So shout out to Rick
solid,
James.
solid
He
brother, man,
he
solid brother.
said he says Troy, how much is the house worth now?
Well, Rick, I built an apartment on the front of my property. So I got like
Uh,
a 1 bedroom on the front of my property where my carport was at. I took it all the way out to the street, put like a bedroom with a kitchenette. My neighbor just sold his house for $240,000.
wow,
So,
wow,
so
wow.
yeah, I've been in a very, very good mood these last
I'm
couple of
sure I can
weeks.
look. I can see the smile in the skin. Your shit is glistening,
I'm,
bro.
I'm, I'm just listen. We got the appraiser coming over in about a week, and we're gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna do some drone shots, and I told my realtor buddy, I said, man, somebody come with $275,000.
it's sold.
I'm
It's
leaving
sold.
everything. I'm gonna leave everything in there. My clothes, my shoes,
I know that's right. I know.
everything. I'm
See,
gonna
and
walk out just like this. Like you can have
listen,
everything.
brother, I'm not mad at you, but one thing I will say about Dominican Republic, and for people who are looking to invest, guys,
Mhm.
you will see a faster return in DR than anywhere else.
Yes.
Whether you are buying, especially if you are purchasing in a hot spot, Punta
Mhm.
Cana, Boca Chica, Sosua, Cabarete,
Yeah.
you just can't go wrong. It's very different when it comes to the states. You when you're buying property in the states, the owner is selling the property based on the comps around them, based on what's being sold around them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different in Dominican Republic. You can, if they really want it, they can offer you, it's no regulations in terms of how
No.
high and how low you can go. You understand what I'm saying? So this
Right.
is why I tell people, you can't go wrong investing in Dominican Republic. You can't.
Yeah. And
Um,
I chose Punta Cana for that ROI because
I'm
I
gonna get
know.
to I'm gonna get back to you on why, but I just want to ask because some people in the chat have some questions, and I don't want
Okay.
to.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Sharonda Checo says, Troy, I know your realtor. He's from Queens, NY. He
Felipe.
showed me two properties in Punta Cana.
That's my
Um,
man. That's my man.
RA says, evening, gentlemen. Troy, how did you find a lawyer you could trust to seal the deal?
I probably have the most expensive lawyer in Punta Cana, and the real estate company. They handled all that. They got all that. They handled all that for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's expensive as hell, but
Hey, you pay for what you get. I
there
tell
you
people
go.
that all the time, especially when it comes to your investments.
Hmm.
Yeah. You definitely you pay for what you get.
Right.
Future World Films. Shout out to Future World Films, man. I appreciate you. He says checking in, listening from the gym. Big J, what's good, Troy? I
Peace.
appreciate you, brother. And then last but not least, Rick James says, I get on Troy because Troy is living the life I want and he doesn't post that much. Well,
Nah,
maybe that needs to change because people need to see. They
I'm
need
a,
Troy.
I'm
Listen,
kind. Yeah.
you out there full time. People need to see what's going on, how you living, or because when I'm down there full time, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Mhm.
Moving around from city to city, getting
Right.
outside of what people are accustomed to seeing every day, which is
Right.
Sosua and Cabadete and Puerto
Right.
Plata. The idea is to move around so that people can see what else is out there aside of what they're
Mhm.
seeing. Because
Right.
people are not really promoting other cities. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They only promote in the popular cities, in which that is definitely going to change, especially once they start building that monorail that's going to
Oh
transport
my
people.
God.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah.
talk about? Can we pivot to that real quick?
Okay, sure. Go
Um,
ahead. Go ahead.
we already talked about this, but that's my next play is to get something in Santo Domingo and then maybe something in Santiago. And now you got the rail connecting Santiago, Santo Domingo, and Punta Cana. And now I can just get on the rail and go to my other property and be there in an hour. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's the next play. Because once that rail opens up,
Oh, forget it. Forget it. The real estate market is listen. I tell a lot of the viewers now, even for myself. And listen, guys, for those of you who don't may not have the money to purchase in Santiago, if you don't have money to purchase in Santiago, rent an apartment. Rent an apartment. You can't go wrong with that because you can find a nice apartment in Santiago between the prices of 250 to 300, 350 a month. And then
yep.
when you're not there, Airbnb it so that you can create. Yeah,
We
yeah. You
talked about that.
Airbnb. Yeah, we talked about it, guys.
Mhm.
You Airbnb the property out when you're not there, and then when you go, you just block out those dates. So
That's what I'm
basically,
doing
it's
now.
going to be it's going to be paying for itself. It's
Right.
going to be paying for itself. If you're one of those people that are looking to do it as just solely an investment, maybe that might not be the route for you because you're not really going to see a huge return.
Right.
In doing that, it's for people who's primarily traveling there, 3 and 4 times out of a year.
Mhm.
That's looking for a place to have on deck rather than having to rent out a hotel or another Airbnb, especially when it's paying for itself. You know what I mean? You
Slow
can't.
motion is better than no motion.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's my advice on that. So yeah. So my question to you now: you said how long have you been living in Dominican Republic?
Um, I've owned my place since 2020, and I've been I quit my job in 2021 and just stayed. I came on vacation in 2021 in February, and then I just was like, yo, I'm not going back. And then I just been
Mm,
going back every now and then, handling some
that's
business in the States. But like, But I knew what time it was before I bought the place, so I was like, I kind of like try to stay away from relationships like that I knew was gonna make me not go.
Uh,
I didn't want to get, you know, I didn't want to put any more roots where I was at. I was like, I'm ready to go. I was ready to go. So it was like
mm-hmm.
2021 to now. I've been out here.
Mm. And it's funny that you say, you weren't in any relationships, and
Mhm.
I tell brothers and sisters that all the time. Like, for me myself, during this whole construction process, for me, I haven't been really dating. You know what I mean? Only because it's a big distraction.
Yes.
When you are focused on you know getting things done, you
Mhm.
don't really, women, whether you're female, man, that becomes a distraction. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would have never gotten this far had I not have put my personal life on the hold to continue on doing what I need to do in terms of my project.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
14 of you guys on the live. I just want you guys, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. For those of you
Mhm.
guys who don't know where the like button is, it's the three dots on the top right corner. It'll allow you to hit the like. So I appreciate that. Um, yeah, so about the whole relations, I really had to focus in a lot of sacrificing, man.
Yeah.
When you sacrifice and put things that are important to you to the side, you'll be surprised how much money you'll save. I tell
Woo.
I yeah, I listen, I'm proof to it. Granted, I work two full-time jobs. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are
Mhm.
making six figures a year. But in 2 years, guys, in 2 years, I have managed to save up a little over $80,000. You know what I mean?
That's
And
beautiful.
once I started tallying all of my receipts and everything, I'm scratching my head like God knows where I got this money from, because it wasn't like it was just sitting there in the bank. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
I'm paying as I go. I'm paying
Right.
as I go. So, I tell people, if I can do it,
Mhm.
a middle class brother from New York working two full-time jobs, if I can do it, so can you. You know
It's
what I
just
mean?
discipline, man. It's
Yeah, definitely discipline. And the proof is in the pudding. The
right.
proof is
Right.
in the pudding. Once you see your reality coming to life, man, it's
Mhm.
going to continue to motivate you. Yeah, for sure.
When
Um,
you have a relationship, you gotta take care. As a man, you're supposed to take care of them.
your lady,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
idea, man.
So how are you gonna be? You really got a big bag if you're gonna be able to take care of her bills, your bills, and try to save something for the future. You're gonna burn yourself out, man. So I just was like, I have friends, of course, but I was like, yo, I'm focused on something right now. I mean, you're gonna lose friends along the way.
Oh
You know how
yeah.
that go.
Oh
And if
yeah.
I would tell people, if you're watching this and you want to really make that jump and come out here or go anywhere in the world, don't even tell nobody. Don't even tell your mom, because your mom or your dad might even persuade you from making that leap to go forward. Like, I didn't tell my mom I was buying the property because I
Hmm.
already knew what she was gonna say. She was gonna be like, "Are you crazy? You gonna walk away from?" I had a I had a cushy job, like
Hmm.
cushy.
So, speaking of job,
Hmm.
because this is a lot of people's questions, for people
Hmm.
who are looking to move to Dominican Republic and build a life there and
Hmm.
live there full time. Now that you are there and you purchased your home,
Hmm.
what have you done to set yourself up so that you can financially keep yourself stable while you're there full time? What have you
Just,
done?
I've always been big in investments. I had a nice portfolio, and the big secret was I had got into Bitcoin real early. I was one of like I was one of the first people I know. I was in a chat room, and these geeky white kids was talking about it, um, and he's like, "Yo, you should put some money in Bitcoin. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big." So I was like, "All right, I'll throw it in," and I threw it in early. I mean, we all know what 2020 looked like for Bitcoin. If you can go
Hmm.
back, so think of somebody that was in Bitcoin like years before that happened, and like I looked at I kept a ledger. I didn't have my stuff in Cash App or uh, one of those cryptocurrency websites. I had a physical ledger because it was a
Mm.
lot of money, and I kept it in my safe at the house. So I used to look at it like, yo, this can't be real. Like I used to be there all the time, like, yo, this can't be real, and like I was just itching to put it
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. Because it's one thing to have money, but you want to make your money work for you.
Exactly.
And it's no better place. I don't care what anybody tells you. Investments. I mean, real estate. Nothing's going to trump to me. Real estate, gold. Those are
Mm-hmm.
the standards. I don't. I mean, my portfolio was kind of it's a little bit diverse now, but real estate, gold. Can't
Mm-hmm.
go wrong. From here
Mm-hmm.
until they turn the lights out up there because they're not making no more land, and gold is going to be gold. It's going to. It's,
Right. And
it's going to be
I
gold.
also tell people stocks, investing
Mhm.
in stocks and stuff too.
Right.
You have I tell people this mainly, whatever you are purchasing and buying on a daily basis is what you should be
Putting
investing
your
in.
stock in. Yeah.
You
I
should be
mean,
putting
yeah.
yeah, like
Nice.
I buy BP gas.
Mhm.
I got a few stocks in a few shares in BP, yeah, GameStop. I have a few shares in GameStop. You know what I mean? So you whatever you are buying, those are the kind of things that you should be investing in.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And just like
Uh,
if you want to get anything, you want to learn about stocks or anything, this is the platform. Cause I'm a visual learner.
mm-hmm.
This is the platform that I like to learn on. That YouTube. So you want to find out anything, you just type it in the search bar. It'll come up, and then just spend your time researching and that's how I got, you know, shit. That's how I got out here. That's how I got to Punta Cana. Just
Mm-hmm.
looking at the market, and then like all I did was I looked at the most traveled place in the in Dominican Republic, and it
Mm-hmm.
was Punta Cana, and it just so happened to be the most traveled place in the Caribbean. So I was like, it only makes sense to buy a house in Punta Cana if you're looking for ROI. And this is now that I bought the house. Now I'm like, okay, I think this is probably going to be the highest it's going to get. I can't see it getting any higher. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to I want to offload it and move on, man. So now I'm looking at building a couple of units with this money that I get off this.
And that's that's the way to go. That's the
Yeah,
way to
yeah.
go. I tell my viewers that all the time. If you're going to invest in real estate in Dominican Republic, the best thing to do is do multi-family units. And you sell. You let's just say you start off with four. You sell three, keep one for yourself. The
Yep.
profits you get from three, you monopolize on that and build
Mhm.
another and another. And before you know it, you done got a shitload of property in Dominican Republic
Yeah.
and enough money to burn. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
To live off of to sustain
Yeah.
yourself. You know?
Yeah, I want to get. I think I'm two flips from where you're at right now.
Hmm.
I gotta make two more flips because I already told you I'm looking at Cabrera, and I want to
Uh-huh.
get something in the mountainside looking at the ocean, and I'm
Hmm.
cool. And I'm gonna call it a day. So I'm
And
thinking,
for people that are looking to move into hot spots, I mean, you guys might need to start looking at other cities.
yeah,
And don't leave the smaller cities out because there are a lot of I've traveled, throughout, DR and small little cities and stuff, and you'd be surprised what you can get, in these smaller cities. I mean, yeah, granted, you might have to travel an hour, away to access a beach, but if that's not a deal breaker for you, I would definitely look into investing into other cities, especially cities. I can't stress this enough, especially the cities that the monorail is running along.
yes. Do your research. Do
you
your
know,
research.
yeah,
Find out where they're gonna break ground on that monorail. If there's some property near that, get that.
get it,
Get
because the real estate market is going to it's going. I already know once that monorail and then also I don't know how true it is. I got to do the research on it myself, but I heard word of mouth that they're building this huge mall in Santiago.
I
Yeah,
heard that.
you heard it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's true. So they're really trying to build up Santiago to bring more tourists there and expats there as well.
Right.
So for those of you guys that are looking to invest, Don't leave Santiago out, man. Because
Yeah,
I'm on a, like I said, I'm looking to when I go in August. Because
mhm,
now that I was primarily promoting more Puerto Plata. But now I got a lot of viewers reaching out to me that's looking to invest in Santiago. So now I got to expand myself to Santiago. So when I do go in August, I do plan on going out there, checking out some apartments, and making some contacts out there as well.
right.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I like Santiago. Santiago, I think is safer than Santo Domingo. Um,
Okay, I probably would think so too. But
yeah.
okay. So tell me, since you
Mhm.
live in Punta Cana, which I look at as mainly primarily a
It's tourist.
tourist trap,
Yeah, it's
and
a
to
tourist
Punta
trap.
Cana is Punta
It's a
Cana is a tourist trap to me.
huge
So
tourist trap.
tell me, what is the difference between the both, between Santiago and Punta Cana? What would you say is the difference? And would you recommend people to visit more so Punta Cana or Santiago?
Um, okay, if you are I mean, a lot of if you coming down for vacation, I'm gonna tell you to definitely come to Punta Cana. You want to
Uh
come
huh.
down, you in vacation mode, you want to have a good time, you want to go out, you want to see some beautiful women, you want to go to the beach, you want to come to Punta Cana in the Barbaro area. It's a mixture of expats and Dominicans, having fun. I like Punta Cana, and if you got your family with you, you coming on
Hmm.
a family tip, you want to come down to if you got your mom with you, you want to come to Punta Cana. Now, if you solo, you're a city person, you're adventurous, um, you like to go out to the nightclubs, and you don't mind a lot of bachata and stuff like that, then I would say Santiago. Santiago has casinos. It has a lot of nice. It has American restaurants. I seen TGI. I was at the casino with the TGI Friday right next door to it, so I was chilling, going back and forth between the two. But
Mm.
I'm a beach guy. I got to be by the ocean.
Me
I got to
too.
be by I got to be by
Me
the ocean.
too. Me
I have to
too.
be able to look at the ocean. Like I get up in the morning. I know it's corny, but I get up in the morning. I walk my dog on the beach, and if I feel like I get energized when I'm walking on the sand and watching the sun come up, and then
Hmm.
I'm ready to start my day. So in the city, it wouldn't be the same. It would be me getting up, walking around, looking at buildings, and I'm not there in my life now.
Right.
Young
Right.
guy wanting to really get in the mix. Um, I don't know. And if you, I would say if you're not fluent in Spanish,
Hmm.
you might want to come to Punta Cana or areas with tourist areas because there's been times I didn't seen people struggling in Santiago. I had to step in and be like, nah, where you trying to go? Where you looking for? Because everybody doesn't speak, English.
Be,
There's no reason for them to speak English in those cities
right.
because they're not dealing with tourism.
Hmm.
So, but I like Santiago. It's clean.
But I mean, like I said, I predict that changing. I've only been to Santiago one time to visit.
Mhm.
I visited the monument there.
Right.
I ate in a nice restaurant, but I never really got to experience Santiago to the fullest in terms of like the nightlife because I hear that the nightlife in Santiago is just whoa. I hear it's yeah. I hear it's
Yeah.
real. It's lit out there, and yeah,
Yeah. I like
yeah,
I
a lot.
like I like I like Santo Domingo over. I'm a Santo Domingo gives you that East Coast vibe. You know what I'm
It
saying?
does.
It
It
gives you that
does.
East Coast vibe because a lot of the Dominicans there, they travel back and forth to New York. So you get like an East Coast vibe when you're in Santo
Hmm.
Domingo. And then like they got the Molly Cone, people just be hanging and then
Yeah.
you got the club with the pool and it's Santo Domingo to me in my opinion. That's what I'm looking at. I'm here. I'm trying to get an apartment now. I got a meeting
Hmm.
and I'm trying to get it. Like I said, I'm trying to get ahead of the rail. But if I can leave my house at like 8, get to Santo Domingo at like 9, check into my spot, shower, hit the club 10, 11, then get up the next morning and come back home if I want to.
Uh huh.
I can sleep it off and then I'm home. That's gonna be
Yeah. Yeah. And this is why, this is one of the reasons why I want to invest in Santiago. As I
Mhm.
said, you got not just all of what's being done in terms of the infrastructure, but
Mhm.
it goes back to what you said. I'm a beach person. I like visiting different beaches. Santiago is close to Playa Ensenada. I don't know if you've been out there yet,
Nah,
but
I have.
oh man, you gotta see. This is what I'm saying. Like I tell people, DR is just so many nooks and
It's yeah,
It's
you
so many
know.
nooks and crannies, man. So many beautiful places to visit now.
Uh,
uh I look at that, remember like how Mexico, I don't know if you've been to Mexico, but
yeah, yeah.
everybody, at one point,
Tulum.
Cancun was the spot that got it was the spot. Then it was Tulum.
Right,
Then, so now it's no different from DR.
right.
So Sue is the hot spot now. That is going to change. I really predict Playa Ensenada being a hot spot. You know what I mean? I really envision that only because it's one of those places that you go, like let's just say you could, like for example, you living there full time.
Right,
It's one of those places that you go for a weekend. You take your girl. You want to do
right.
a getaway, an in getaway. You
Mhm.
go there, nice Airbnbs. It's right on the water, and not just
Yeah.
that, bro. You can take a boat to another island. Yeah, from
Okay.
Playa Ensenada, you could take a boat to another island
Um,
and see a whole different part of Dominican Republic.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
this is my reasoning because I'm like, when I visit like Luperon and Playa Ensenada, after a day of being out there, man, I don't want to drive back to Puerto Plata.
Nah,
You know,
nah.
what I mean. I don't want to drive
Good.
back. So
Mhm.
I'm like, yo, it's best that I invest in whether I rent the apartment or
Mhm.
buy an apartment. That's going to be my next investment, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a little slide off. Every,
a
I
little.
think, yeah, slide. I think here, well, I got a couple of partners because I wanted to buy, and I was looking at the numbers, and I was like, my thing with condos and apartments is the fees. So
Okay, what the HOAs and all of
yeah,
that stuff?
the HOA. I'm scared to death of like because there's the condo fees go up. So
Right.
I'm looking for like a roommate to go in on. I found a spot that's like $300. It's in the Juan Bosch area, Santo Domingo. So it's like Santo Domingo Este. So if you've been to Santo Domingo, as soon as you go through the toll, you make that first little quick right and ride that shoulder down. And once you get past Caribe Express and you get the circumvention that goes up to Nagawa, go past that like that. I know it looks a little rough from the exterior.
Uh huh.
If you go deep into that area, they're built. There's a whole bunch of brand new apartments back there, and they're like $300 to rent. So I was saying, get some roommates, and
Mm-hmm.
because the condo fees, if you own it, is going to be like 100 or something. So I'm like, why don't I just get roommates and we just split the rent?
Split
I'm
it.
not going to be in there like that, and then
Right.
we can sublease it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's funny you say that because my best friend that's coming down with me in August,
Hmm.
he's never seen my crib, and he's like, Jay, I want to make some investments now. It's time.
Right.
So I told him, I said, man, we can do pretty much whatever we want.
Yeah.
Money talks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Money
Yeah.
talks.
Yeah.
So we'll probably end up going that route. Listen, if we find an apartment, and two is always better than one, man.
Always.
You cut
Always.
the cost. You cut the cost that way. So, and I told him, I said, yo, if we do decide to rent an apartment out, there might be times that I might not be able to go.
Mhm.
It's yours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the
Yeah.
good thing about it is the only reason why I say investing in apartments is because a lot of these apartments that are being constructed in Dominican Republic, a lot of them do come furnished.
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
don't you don't even
Yeah.
have to go, spend all that extra money in furnishing it. It already comes furnished. So
Right.
even if you paying $400 a month for a furnished apartment, you can't go wrong.
You cannot
You,
go
you,
wrong,
you
man.
can't go wrong with that, you
Yeah,
know?
I'm excited. It was three of us at first going in on a 3 bedroom, and I said that it was going to be like 375, and I said that I would pay the most because I wanted the room with the bathroom on it, and the other two rooms had to share a bathroom. But my man back, I hate that. So my man backed out, so I was hyped, and so now it's just two of us. So I told my man, he's like, I don't care, I just need a spot to crash in. I was like, listen, we'll leave the guest room. So if I come with somebody, they can sleep in the guest room. You come
Mm-hmm.
with somebody, they can sleep in the guest room. So you don't have to call me and be like, hey yo, can my man crash on your bed or whatever, whatever. It ain't gonna be none of that. So
Right.
we're just gonna get a futon for the living room. It's gonna be like a college dorm back in the day. We're gonna have the posters up. We're gonna make it look real 90s in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just gonna be a crash spot when I'm in Santo Domingo because I've when I first got here, I was wild and I had a woman I was dealing with in Santo Domingo. I would go see her, and I don't play the overnight at women's cribs or none of that. I had
Yeah.
a bad experience with that before, so I'm always out. Like I put my clothes on, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm going home, and they got
Mm-hmm.
cabanas along the way that if I get tired, I can just crash.
You can crash there.
But
Yeah.
but I've always wanted another property in the
Mm-hmm.
city because I like Santo Domingo. I like the vibe of it. It's like you
And,
go and you get you go get a taste of it. You like, damn man, like they got the P.F. Chang out there. You like, damn, what the hell?
yeah.
You can really get
And see for
yeah.
me, is like, I'm from New York. I'm from New York
Mhm.
City.
Right.
So I'm not I really don't like Santo Domingo. I like it in terms of, I go for the weekend,
You
party,
feel like
turn up, and then
you
come
feel like
back.
you home. You like, damn, I got on a plane to come back to come back.
It's like leaving one big city to go to another. You know what I
Right,
mean? So
right,
that's why I feel the
right.
way I feel about Santo Domingo. Now,
Mhm.
Santiago on the other side, on the other hand,
Right.
it doesn't have a whole lot of skyscrapers. You know what I mean? So it still gives you country vibe. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Without
Right,
the
right, right.
big buildings, you can when you're in Santiago, it's very mountainous. You see a lot of mountains and
Yeah,
stuff like that
yeah.
opposed to Santo Domingo. It's nothing but skyscrapers. It's
Yeah, I'm a,
congested.
I'm a country boy, so me, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, so right. So that's to be expected. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I,
I'm always enamored when I go there. I'm like, damn. I got the what's the joint with 50? They say this is a big rich. That's how I feel when I'm pulling over the little overpass. And especially if I got some shit on, I'm clean. I'm going Avenue Venezuela. Oh my God, fellas and ladies,
Mhm.
ever get a chance, hit Avenue Venezuela, and especially you ballers back home that feel as though DR is poor and ain't got no money. You see them,
Man,
you see them
you be
baseball cats. You see them base.
you
I got humble. I got humble. I
yeah
got
you
humble.
because you people don't realize there are rich Dominicans out there, man.
I got
They
humble.
they are rich
Looking at
Dominicans.
looking at these old YouTube. I'm not gonna call nobody out, but these old YouTube guys before I came down, they was DR's poor, DR's this, DR's that. I went to Santo Domingo, couple of dollars in my pocket, feeling like the man. And I'm on Avenue Venezuela, and I started seeing all these Ferraris and shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on out here? And I'm seeing
Hmm.
the Porsches and the Ferrari. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, yo, these are baseball cats. And then I seen damn, he got this little. I seen little Vlad out there,
Uh-huh.
iced out. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me tuck my chain in and
Right, man.
slide in. Let me get my drink and get up against the wall and let these cats go because I was feeling myself, but yeah, I got humbled because I got to see it firsthand. Like it's money. Like baseball cats got
Hmm.
money. So imagine that baseball money here.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's like thousandaires are millionaires here. So
Hmm.
what you think millionaires are here?
Exactly. And I remember when I went to Santo Domingo, I don't really follow baseball like that, but I was out with some locals and we was at this spot and it was like, yo, they was telling me he's a famous baseball player. So, they was like, can we get in the VIP area? So of course I had to, buy the VIP, you know what I mean? So they looking at all of us like, who are these cats? You know what I mean? I'm
Right,
like,
right. Oh yeah,
my money ain't long like Charles, but I'm gonna fake it till I make it. You know
yeah,
what
you know what? You get that element of surprise. That
I
first
mean?
impression. You know how they say first impression. So you got that when you first come to these spots and they never seen you before. That's your opportunity to fellas. I'm gonna give you a little bit of game. That's your opportunity to strike. 'Cause they don't know you from Canada Paint. They don't know who you are. They just see you come
Right.
up in there because they seen the baseball guy. They know them. They know what it
Mm-hmm.
is with them. But like if you're new they can smell it on you. They're gonna look at your clothes. They can see how, even how, like I've been down here for 3 years. Even the way we walk is different than how Dominicans walk. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah.
So they
Oh
can
yeah.
tell. They can tell you're not from there. But the most beautiful thing about all these people here on the island is that everybody's approachable. So no one's gonna crap on you. It's about having a good time most of the time. Yeah, you're gonna have a few bad apples, but for the most part, they just want to have fun. They just want to party. You know what I'm saying? If you come with the energy you come with, they're gonna match it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's in business, in doing
Hmm.
business, and doing real estate. If you come professional, correct, they're gonna treat you more professional, correct. But if you don't have your stuff together, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, they unprofessional, they this and they that." But did you have your stuff? Did you have all the money? Did you
Hmm.
have this in order? Did you go get what they asked you to get? Then they're not gonna take you. And if you flash that money, like they didn't take me serious until they knew I had the money. And once I had the
Hmm.
money, she got up and went outside and was on that dude like, listen, it's COVID. You don't know where your next dollar's coming from. You
Take this
better
100,000.
you better take
Right.
100,000 because you might be starving out here in a couple of years. We don't know what's happening.
Hmm.
So it's all how you come too. But I feel I like. I mean, I like that they're connected Santiago, Santo Domingo, and Punta Cana. So now you can just hop on the rail and yeah, I might be like, yo, what you doing? And he'd be like, yo, I'm in Santiago. And I'll be like, come through. All right, bet. 2 hours, you'll be in Punta Cana. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
supposed to be, what I've heard is it's going to be an hour between each.
Each
So
what? Each city?
in the city, they
Oh
saying
wow.
they saying 55 minutes from Punta Cana to Santo Domingo. So it might even
Really?
be closer from Santo Domingo to Santiago.
And you know what that's going to do is going to create a lot of jobs. You know, it's going to people don't really know, don't realize how big this monorail thing is going to,
Yeah,
how much revenue it's going to bring into Dominican Republic. We're talking about a lot of revenue.
yeah,
Real estate market. So
right.
guys,
So,
please
yeah,
do your research, do your due
yeah,
diligence, start researching those cities that the monorail is going to be stopping at, and
yeah.
those are the cities that you should be investing in. Okay,
Mhm, exactly.
because
Like,
whatever that city
yeah,
doesn't have, eventually is going to. And we're
mhm,
not just talking about the hot spots. The idea, the government is looking to build up Dominican public all over. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, and
The
it may take
president's a
a.
hotel. The president's a hotel guy. He came from the hotel sector.
See, look at
You know
that.
what he's about.
Look at that. So
Hmm.
just don't leave out small cities. I keep saying that because eventually those smaller cities are going to grow. Okay,
Yeah,
it's going to
and
grow.
I understand why people don't want to get out of the comfort zone of Puerto Plata because Puerto Plata, for the most part, that's where we are at as a
Hmm.
community. That's where we at. So it's very very important to have a support system.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
that's the one thing that Puerto Plata will always have for people that look like you and I over Punta Cana because in Punta Cana it's kind of like especially if you're single like I'm single there's a lot of married brothers that's in a relationship that live in Punta Cana and
Okay.
the women can just smell it on me when I come around like I get the stink face you know what I
Uh
mean
huh.
it's like
Like
brothers
you ain't coming over here corrupting my husband.
exactly yeah exactly like I didn't man bro I got
Stay
stories
away.
I got stories for days, man. I got my one dude. He got divorced, man. He came down with his wife.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, man.
Sad situation.
I feel bad. I still feel bad to this day. But it wasn't me. I think he just saw it. He just looked at me and was like, "Yo, you know what? That's how I want to do it." You know what I'm saying? I
So
don't.
he was he
Yeah.
was he was like that dude on Harlem Nights. Of course.
Yo,
I ain't coming
Payday,
home.
Payday. He kept begging me to take him. He kept begging me to take him to school. He's like, "Yo, man, I keep hearing about it. And I want to go. I want to go. I want to go." And his wife was so cool, man. I still love her to this day. She was a beautiful woman. She go ahead. I don't care. Go.
Uh-huh.
So
Look, and that shit done cost her her marriage. Poor woman.
yo, we
Poor
rode
woman.
back from Puerto Plata to Santiago. The radio off.
Hmm.
We got to Santiago, and homie was like, "Yo, we get home. I'm telling my wife I want a divorce." I was like, "My man, no." don't do that. Don't do
Wow.
he was like, I'm done. And when he got there, he was like, he never been before. He threw his hands in the air. He was like, yo, this is a black man's heaven. I said, no, this is like Fantasy Island. This is not real. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's not reality, brother.
It's
It's
not
not.
reality.
And I think that that's what gets a lot of these brothers, man. They especially for
Yeah,
the ones who don't get the kind of play that they get when they there, man. They go out there and lose their
yeah,
minds,
man.
they
I think
everlasting minds.
yeah,
You know.
I'm so thankful that my ex-wife was Latina, man. So I wasn't when I came out here, I wasn't like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was
And
just like, okay,
that's the same for me. I'm from New York. It's a multicultural city.
right.
I'm not. I mean, there's women. I mean, there's a plethora of cultures here in New York. Let me tell
Yes,
you.
yes,
So I mean, for my brother that's from the South, I get it. I
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They're not used to seeing that. You know what I mean? But for
right,
somebody like me, I see it every day.
yeah,
Dominican, Asian, Colombian. Like if, I can go to different parts of New York and be feel like I'm in damn it Colombia in
yeah,
Dominican Republic.
yeah. So
Seriously,
yeah,
you know.
it's but it's nothing like it's, I keep telling people, you gotta see it.
Oh yeah,
You gotta see it, and then you see it, and then okay, I'm good. You get your fix, but you don't see it and then become intoxicated, and you like, yo, I gotta, you know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
yeah, yeah.
And that's what happens, and then you miss the bigger picture because like I sat down with like I like to talk to like I always tell people if you want to see the future, talk to older gentlemen. So I like to
Hmm.
talk to guys in their 70s and 60s. So that's the
So do
beautiful thing
I.
about. And I always ask them, and I shut the fuck, I shut up when I'm talking to these older guys because you might miss something. But I always say, yo, what would you do if you could do it all over again? Or what would you do this and that? And a lot of them always say, man, like, yo, I live with regret because I didn't do this. I wish I would have been more courageous and did that. Or
Hmm.
here's the most important one. If I was you, this is what I would do.
Hmm.
And a lot of my like a lot of, I'm down here. I'm younger than a lot of guys are retired. They're 62. A lot of guys are like they retired at 62, 65. So a lot of my friends are 65, 62,
Yeah, a
70.
little older.
Yeah, so like I'm like little bro. And these,
Hmm.
these dudes, they've done all the investments, they've made the mistakes in life, and they tell me what to avoid, what type of woman to avoid, and they tell me like, yo, you don't want to be down here trying to get involved with a woman that's like when you try to bring a woman up here, you're not just bringing a woman up here, you're bringing up a family. And a
Hmm.
lot of my OGs is like, yeah, you might got enough dough to take care of a woman and maybe her child, but do you got enough money to take care of a family? Is your
Hmm.
is your income long like that? And I'd be like,
Hmm.
nah. I mean, like, I don't want to do that. They're like, well, then don't get involved with her because that's what's going to be expected. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Don't
right.
and
Yeah,
yeah, don't
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
just
I mean,
learning from older guys, man.
mhm.
That's what got me to where I'm at now out here and kept me where
I,
I'm at.
I feel you. I feel you, and it's always to get that knowledge from I call them the men of wise, the men of
I
wise,
got a lot
man.
of mentors, man. I have some great mentors. My man Roberto. Um, I know everybody hates him online, but if you
Hmm.
actually get the chance to meet Rico,
Uh
uh,
huh. Now
he
Rico Unc is
he's
a
solid,
solid. He's a
solid,
solid dude, man. I talked to him
solid
off
dude.
cam.
And I be
Despite
trying to, I
despite
just
what people say
yeah,
about him, and
yeah,
I can respect the brother that is just straight up. What you see is what you
yeah,
get. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
He
Ain't
gets
no
on me.
faking a fraud with Unc, and that's why I fucks with Unc.
Yeah,
I do.
he
Unc
tells me
is,
about he tells me about myself, man, and like it's stuff that I don't want to hear sometimes. And
and
he'll pull
that's
me
what a
to the
real
side.
friend
Yeah,
does.
he'll pull me to the side and he'll change his tone. He knows how to change his tone. Like when it's just me and him, he's like, "Hey, look, man,
Hmm.
you know better.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. It needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. I appreciate all feedback, man. But it's just when you hear, man, you gotta have that support system, man. And I I'm out by myself because I can't wait. Like I was waiting on my man, but he's boo boo loving, so I had to
Well,
like.
one thing I will
Yeah.
say in the Puerto Plata area, there's a
Uh-huh.
huge expat community.
Yes, yes, yes.
I know a few brothers that when I go out, I call them the OMG crew. You know, the old man gang, because them brothers is out there. They living their best life,
They didn't
money
turn the clock
long. You
back.
know what I mean? And they just yeah. When they see me, they already know what time it is. They're like, "Oh, you back? You came back for a little taste, huh?" I'm like,
Yo,
"Yeah, I'm trying to be like y'all when I grow up, man."
these older dudes is these. I'm telling you, man. I'm not worried about getting older. If I can move
Uh,
how my big bros is moving,
right.
I'm thinking when I'm 70, I'm
I'm
not.
trying to get.
Nah, yo, yo, I ain't gonna put my man's in on business hour, but this dude's in their 70s. All right, I will say this, and this isn't a sad thing, this isn't a bad thing. But I know gentlemen's in their 70s that are getting more plays than my young homies is in their 30s. Like
Yeah,
their women
yeah.
look better than the women that my man's because everybody, that age that bracket below us, that's the pill generation. So the women,
Uh-huh.
they've been popping perks for the last 10 years and they looking like they've been popping perks and stuff
Right.
for
They
the
all
last 10 years.
washed up. Yeah.
Yeah, they look real bad. Some of the women below our generation, that's that pill era. So,
Hmm.
and they were the crack babies. I'm sorry. The 80s babies. Everybody say 80s baby, but you know
Right.
80s,
You know
what
what
it
time
is.
it
You know what it is. So
is.
I hate anybody that was born in the 80s, don't be mad at me. You know what I'm saying?
But look, and
Yeah.
you see time to move. We are almost an hour
And
in,
we had an
man.
hour in. Yo,
Yeah,
man,
and
no lies.
I gotta close out. But I'm
Listen,
gonna ask
I'm
you
gonna
one
ask you.
question.
I'm gonna
Uh huh.
ask you first. Can you come? And I know Vic James is gonna roll his eyes when I say this. Can you come do my show maybe next week on
I
Wednesday?
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out
Okay.
because
All right, bet.
I got every Saturday. For those of you guys don't know, every Saturday I do my show usually between the hours of 12 and 1. But
Right.
yeah, we definitely gonna work it out.
Yeah, yeah.
But before we close out,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Before we close out, I just want to ask you this last question, and I'm
Sure.
gonna read some of these comments. For somebody who's looking to move or invest in Dominican Republic, what
Mhm.
advice would you give them?
Don't tell nobody. Make a list. Write it down. Make a list. That's when it becomes real. And keep it to yourself. Because can't nobody, you're not going to talk yourself out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
So you make a list of things that you need to do in order to get to Dominican Republic, whether it's, okay, I need to get my bank account up. Okay, I need to find a remote job that's going to let me go overseas and work. Okay, I need to get a VPN. Get that established first. Okay, now I'm going to go rent for a little while before I find my place. But the main thing is to remember is that cash is king. Now you can get a loan in the States for up to like, I don't know how much. I would say if I don't have the cash, get my credit up so I can take out a personal loan. You see what I'm saying? And then, like you said, if I don't have all the money, just do it slow roll it. You ain't got to come tomorrow. You ain't got to come next week. But get your foundation started. Buy your land. Okay. 1 year you bought your land. Now worry about clearing off your land. Okay. Now you're gonna start building your foundation and just do it piece by piece. And before you know it, it's built. And
Mm-hmm.
you're ready to go. Take your time.
Right.
Don't rush, man. And don't let
Mm-hmm.
nobody tell you you can't do it. That's why I say don't tell nobody because the people that are going to try to talk you out of it, it might not be because they think it's a bad idea, it's because they don't want to lose you.
Mm.
They won't say it.
Mm.
They won't say it. But a lot of my friends, they didn't want to lose me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Instead of just saying, "Hey, man, I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. I don't really want you to go," they was giving me 10,000 reasons why I shouldn't go. You know?
Uh-huh. And
So
and and I just want to add to that, when you guys are doing this, just know you're gonna lose people along the way.
you're
You
gonna
know,
lose a
you're
lot
gonna
of
lose people along the way. You're gonna have
gonna hurt.
people that you thought were your friends hating on you, and it just comes with the territory, guys. It
Yeah,
comes to the territory.
it's not for the
Troy's
weak.
living proof to it. I'm living proof to it. It
Yeah.
is what it is. It is what it is. But it's okay. The ones that I lost, I have gained. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I've gained a whole network of like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? To share, to share that interchange of encouragement, man.
yeah.
So I didn't lose. I didn't
Right,
lose.
right,
They lost. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And
They
yo, bro,
lost.
brother, keep on doing your thing. Like I said, man, I've been watching, and when I saw where you was at, I was like, that's what I'm eventually trying to get. I'm trying to get up in the mountains with a nice view. Everybody laughs at me, but that's why I was like, man, that's the type of time I'm on because that peace, man, there's nothing. Time is the currency in
Mm-hmm.
peace. Man. So if you can get peace of mind and some time and the time to yourself, life that's what life is about, man. And then loving each other, man.
And
That's
the close before I close out, I'm gonna say this. For me, it's the quality of life. You know what I'm
right, right,
saying?
right,
At
right.
my age, the quality of life for me is more than anything. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Like it's
mhm.
more precious than gold. For
Right,
real. Yeah,
right.
like you can have we work so hard, so hard, so hard. And we life is not promised to any one of us. You know what I mean? So
No,
enjoy
no.
it while you still here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
take time out for yourself, man. It's
please,
important. You deserve that. If nothing else,
please.
you deserve it, man. You
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
But I appreciate you guys, man. I
Oh man,
appreciate all of you. Let me just shout out Sharonda, shout out to Rick James,
come on, that's my
RA,
baby.
spaces and places out there. I appreciate all of y'all, all the
Mhm.
love and support, man. And for those of you guys that are in here, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. The like button,
Yeah, let's
three dots.
get this
Yeah.
channel popping because it's like I don't see too many people talking about real estate out here like that. You know, it's
Mhm.
mainly women, and I'm glad we kind of shied away from that a little bit during this conversation because I get tired of talking about it. But doing positive things and making investments. That's the type of time I'm on. So I'm like I said, I'm interested in that. Like the women are gonna come, but
Right. They always gonna be there, man.
I'll be there.
Always.
Listen,
So what? Uh huh.
listen, real quick. When you tell them that you own the house, their eyes really light up.
But see that. But listen. You never tell them your own.
Well,
You
they
never.
know.
You
They're
never.
gonna know.
I
They,
rent.
they they know, man. I'm telling you,
I
they
know.
come
I
in. They
know.
know. They know.
If listen, they gonna find out one way or the other whether your neighbors or the locals. You know he own that, right? You know he own that.
They know. Trust me. They come in. They be like, because they, oh, you own this. I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ching ching dollar signs. But yo, before we close out,
Mhm.
make sure you leave give them your YouTube channel so that they
Oh
can
yeah,
follow you guys.
it's in
And
the description.
I'm gonna leave your YouTube channel in the description box
Yeah,
so
please,
you
man.
guys can follow
Listen,
Troy.
listen. Don't listen to Rick James. There's still plenty of content on there that you can go look at. Um, I'm just in the mix right now because I'm trying to get this second property and I'm trying to unload this property and I'm still romancing and dancing around this island, man. So y'all gotta excuse me, man. And the ladies they don't play the YouTube stuff. They see me on the computer, they be like, "What
What
you
you
doing?
doing?
What you doing? What you doing?" But thanks for
Yeah.
having me on, man. I appreciate it, and I apologize for my tardiness. I should have been on here. Look, I was going to get a cut, and I was like, "Yo,
Nah,
I'm going raw." I said, "I'm going raw." They
you
don't
good,
never
my
see me like
brother.
this, but I owed you, man. So I'm like,
Nah,
I'm coming on. I'm coming on.
Nah, but I appreciate you. We definitely gonna do a part two because there's a lot of things that I still
Right,
gotta ask. That's what happens when you have good conversation. It just
right.
flows, and that's
Flows.
what I like. I love a conversation to flow, man. But I
Absolutely,
appreciate all the love and support, guys. Be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Until next
absolutely.
time,
Please.
I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all stay safe out there. Till then, y'all take care.
All right, peace.
Peace.